Last week, we talked about the belief that's been running your life without your permission. And this week, we go deeper. What if every challenge you face this week isn't a test of who you are, but a chance to become who you're meant to be? I'm Tatiana with Full Life RX. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the two worlds you've been choosing between every single day and how to make sure you're living in the right one. This is the Born to Win Mindset series. Let's get into it. When's the last time you walked away from something? Not because you couldn't do it, but because you were afraid of what it would say about you if you failed. Maybe it was a promotion you didn't apply for, a conversation you didn't start. You didn't quit because you're weak. You quit because something whispered, "If I fail, it means I'm not enough." That whisper is that fixed mindset we're talking about. And today we're going inside it so you can see exactly which world you've been living in. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Welcome back to the Born to Win Mindset series. This is episode 2. In chapter 2, Dr. Carolyn Dweck takes us deeper. She shows us that these two mindsets don't just change how you think, they create two completely different worlds. In the fixed mindset world, everything is a test. Every task, every challenge is a verdict on who you are. You're either smart or you're not. You either nailed it or you're a failure. So people in that world spend their energy proving themselves instead of improving themselves. In the growth mindset, nothing is a verdict. Everything is information. A mistake isn't a label, it's a lesson. A setback isn't a sentence, it's a setup. People in that world spend their energy stretching, learning, and getting better every single day. Same office, same job site, same dinner table, two completely different experiences because on which world you choose. And here's the biggest lesson. In the fixed mindset, effort feels like a threat. If you have to work hard at something, it must mean that you're not good at it. And if you're not good at it, then why even bother? But in the growth mindset, effort is the whole point. It's not a sign that you're falling behind. It's proof that you're moving forward. The fixed mindset is obsessed with the question, am I good enough? And in the growth mindset, it asks a better question, am I getting better? Winners don't need to be the smartest person in the room. They need to be the most committed learner in the room. And that's the shift. Here's a couple examples to apply it to your life. So at work, this chapter is a mirror. If you're spending more energy protecting your reputation than developing your skill, you're in the fixed mindset world. Winners do raise their hand and say, "Hey, teach me." And that is not a weakness. That's the strongest move you can make. And in your family, this means you stop performing and start being real. And when your kid sees you struggle and keep going anyway, you're showing them that growth is the goal and it's not perfection. In your relationships, the fixed mindset says, if this takes work, it must not be right. And the growth mindset says, great relationships are built, not found. Every hard conversation is a brick in the foundation. And in your personal growth, stop comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Get better than that person and you're winning. Here's 3 world examples. You're on a job site and the foreman calls you out or calls your work out in front of the crew. The fixed mindset feels humiliated and shuts down. And the growth mindset takes a breath and says, all right, show me what I missed. And that's the person who earns respect, not because they never got corrected, but because they never let correction stop them. Example 2, you're in the office and a system you built isn't working. A fixed mindset says, I'm not a systems person. A growth mindset says, this version didn't work. What do I need to learn to build a better one? And that's the difference between staying stuck and becoming the person everybody calls when things break. Example 3, you're at home and your teenager pushes back on everything you say. The fixed mindset takes it personally. I'm a bad parent. But the growth mindset says, this is about our relationship, and relationships take work. That parent grows through it, and the kid notices. Here's some actions for this week. Action 1, choose the hard thing. This week, pick one task you've been avoiding because it feels uncomfortable. Walk straight into it. The effort itself is where you grow. And that's the growth mindset move. Action 2, you want to flip the question. Every time your brain asks, am I good enough for this? Stop. Replace it with, what do I need to learn? One question traps you and the other frees you. Action 3, celebrate someone's effort. Find one person on your team or in your family grinding through something difficult. Look at them in the eye and say, I see the work you're putting in. Keep going. You have no idea how much that moment will mean. So the word of the week is learn. Every time you catch yourself asking, am I good enough? Replace it with, what can I learn here? That one swap changes everything. And in closing, here's what I want burned into your mind this week. You're living in one of two worlds right now. In one world, everything is a test and you're afraid of the grade. And in the other, everything is a classroom and you're hungry for the lesson. You get to choose which world you walk into tomorrow morning, at your desk, on the job, at the dinner table, in the mirror. There's a verse that says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's Romans 12:2. And that's exactly what we're talking about. A renewed mind doesn't ask, am I enough? It asks, am I growing? And that's what winners do. They don't wait to be great. They put in the work and become great. You were born to win, and winners never stop building. This is the Born to Wit Mindset series. Chapter 3 is next week. Until then, grow on purpose.